Hello, lovely people. I'm Shaq, and welcome. I've got the house pulled out of the corner so that I can start the gluing and then be able to tape the walls in place. But I'm going to start by showing you what's been going on this week as far as the wallpapering and all of that. Also, I got a new shirt made. It's Trolls. I didn't have enough fabric to do the whole shirt because I used the fabric initially to line a jacket for Arthur. And so I was just determined to have a shirt with the Trolls. So I did what I could and combined it with the rose fabric, which I had enough to do that. So, you know, make do. So you can have that whimsy however. And I'm sure there's going to be more multi-print shirts because I think that's what I'm getting to in my stash is it takes like 3 yards for a shirt like this, and I have stashes of 2 yards. So I'm going to just start mashing up different prints and to make myself some shirts, and maybe even get a button-down long sleeve shirt too. That's more fun. Anyway, you should do the same thing. If you like color and you like prints and stuff, don't be afraid to mix and match and have fun with it. But let's get started. Turn the camera around. I've got the drop cloth in place on the cardboard dollhouse so that I can do the shellac and not risk getting it on the interior of the house. I've also had to rig up a light because, well, when I'm up there, I'm standing between the light and the surface I'm trying to do. So it's a bit of a challenge. So an auxiliary light is necessary. I did the glue, the Mod Podge, without the light, and I missed some spots and couldn't tell that I'd missed them. So when I did the first layer of shellac, well, I'll have to show you, climb up there and show you, but we've got some messes. So there is discoloration right back here. That's where there wasn't any glue, which is part of the reason why I knew there was going to be glue coming up between each sheet of cardstock, and I knew that it would show. And so I was trying to put the Mod Podge on so that we would get an even texture, but because I didn't bring up auxiliary light, we've got this spot and there's a few over here where I missed. There's the holidays in the Mod Podge, so now we have what looks like water stains in the floor. I'm not gonna worry about it. If you've ever had wood flooring, you know that something always comes up that causes some kind of issue. We've got some over here at this edge too. I don't know. There we go. Focus on it. But for the most part, it's okay. I mean, you can see the texture of the cardboard, which I'm not sure. I don't think I had that happen before, and I'm not sure what I did different. We've got a spot here where I tried to remove a piece of garbage, and I ended up removing the ink. Yeah. That is something about printing out this stuff. The ink is very easily disturbed by any kind of rubbing on it. The Mod Podge actually pulled up the ink because I was trying to remove the garbage. Anyway, so I've gotten the ceiling papered, and the walls have their edges papered, and the wall that is on the bottom of this stack here is warped really bad. So I did all the things to try and wait and make sure that the walls dried flat, but that one curled up in spite of all of that. So sometimes I guess you just can't get around the curve, but I am hoping to get to the wallpapering today, but I want to have it sit under some weight for a little bit before I add glue to the situation. And maybe it's an outside wall, so it's only going to get paper on one side. Maybe I'll I haven't checked to see if it's the side that's curving up. Can't remember which way it goes. Anyway, maybe I'll get lucky and the wallpapering will pull the curve out, but we'll have to wait and see. I got all the wallpaper cut to size to fit each wall, and then I've gotten started. So we've got the back wall, I guess, is done. We've got the pink, and it did change to a darker pink. It'll retain that. There's some light spots. I'm wondering if I missed them. And there's the green, which I haven't gotten the clear coat over the top. But those are all stacked with the paper to go on as, you know, cut to size. Okay, we got all the walls, the side walls and the center wall wallpapered. So this one right here has wallpaper already on the back side too. So the wallpapering is done. I really like how these roses have turned out and the blush pink of the wallpaper. This is going to be a closet, so that's the reason why there's only the decoration up at the top. And I'm not even sure that that is going to show, but if parts of the top of the wall do show, it'll have those cute roses. Everything has to be on stilts. The camera, me, we're all up here in the air. There's no place to set anything to get the glue in place. So hopefully this works without me dropping anything. I had my psychological evaluation yesterday, and this video is getting finished up late because today is Thursday and it's supposed to go out tomorrow. So we're right here at the edge, right? Edge of trying to get things done. And so I had to go get the psych evaluation, and the psychologist didn't know why I was there, which is always kind of weird. And nobody knows why you're there. And this is where I kind of wish I had another human being. I'm not sure. Nope, this is not going to work. Okay. Yeah, that's how I did that last time. Now I realize that. Okay. I gotta get the tape. Which, of course, involves getting down. I hope I can do this up here. Got the other wall. I almost had a catastrophic event with this. I had everything wallpapered, and it hit. I thought the glue had cured. It just apparently never cures. Okay. Not completely. So I stacked it up, and that didn't work. We're gonna put those in a pocket. I want to put the glue in the pocket. Okay. How to do this. So anyway, all the walls were stuck together, and I thought, oh, I've gone and done it now. None of this is gonna work. You know, I'm gonna pull it apart, and everybody's gonna be torn up, all the walls, but it wasn't. There's a few bits of damage on the pink, but the green didn't seem to be damaged at all. Okay. Question, can I reach that from here? I don't know if I can. Like, maybe I need to move over. Oops. Well, the tape just fell to the floor. you can see, well, maybe you can see, we're not all the way on, which means this corner's sticking out. Anyway, I got to get back behind and tape it there. Oh yeah. Everybody move back. Hi. Okay. Just disappear around back. Oops, pushed too hard. Man, there's a lot going on this side. Yeah, look at that. We have the wiring and everything hanging out over here, waiting to go up. I don't know. I don't think I've got this attached right, and then I've got a woobly. Yeah, the wiring that is coming out of here needs to be set free. Okay, how are we doing over there? Everything interesting. Need to get a paper towel up here. Gonna run around the edge. Get a paper towel. Okay. That doesn't look good. We're going to end up with a baseboard in here. And maybe, looks like maybe we are slightly bent out. I don't know. Warped that direction in the center here. It didn't look like that from the back though. Oops, I accidentally knocked that down. And the wiring will not take place on the inside. It goes on the out. Okay, that's... Okay, so I'm looking like I've got a curve this way. This is... maybe needs some trimming up at the top because we're not even here, and I know I spent a lot of time trimming these to make sure that they were right. So I guess I'm going to stop and do that. This looks like which is not going to be easy. Not going to be easy at all. Get all of that glue. Hey, but this is nice and cured. I forget the combination of like shellac and Mod Podge that I've done on the other floors. Can't believe I forgot that you had to tape these walls together to make this easier. But I did. I don't go back and watch the old videos very often, and I probably should. Save me a lot of headache. Okay. Without throwing this. Oh, okay. I thought I was going to miss the desk and it was going to go someplace safe. But no. Hello. So, my thought here is to take this yardstick and tape it in place. I might be better off to just try and pull a straight piece of tape across there. This, of course, is not going... Maybe I'll just stand it back up and hope it doesn't fall over. Don't get out of my reach. Like the slightest amount, maybe. Of course I did. Yeah. Can I reach that from here? No. Yes. Almost. That could have gone badly. Alright, I'm having a hard time seeing where I need to cut to. That helps. Okay. Alright. Line. Yeah. Piece of tape, where'd you go? There. Now, theoretically, keep it taut. I'm gonna double check that. That does not feel, what do you call it, exactly straight. I also feel like we're not glued, not making contact. No, that's straight. Alright. Now we try and get the cut right. There it is. This is so hard to see. What's in front of me? Okay. The light's there, and as you know, when you have the light in front of you, you're trying to see, I need the light behind me, or at least the other direction. Let's see what I can do to get a better light here.
So, I had a warning on the last two videos saying there was content that would keep me from getting monetized. And I'm like, what on earth is this content? Oh, come on. What do you catch on? First layer through? Oops. Yeah, I didn't take it really out. I just put a drop cloth across the front so that it wouldn't drip into the inside. Again.
You see, I gave up on going and getting light. I just decided to fight with it instead. I don't recommend that at all. Okay. I pulled the house out and turned it around. I am actually amazed at how well this moves in spite of how tall it is and everything. It just slides right out and very little falls down, so there's not a lot of shaking going on as I move it. Anyway, without you watching me mess with this blade, I think I'll finish cutting it off screen. So I just went and looked up what the problem with my videos and why it's got this whole warning on there. And since, you know, monetization is not where I'm at, but it's where the goal, and I'm kind of losing faith in it ever reaching that, especially when they do this. The music for my intro and outro that I have been using for a very long time now is no longer able to be used. They've got a copyright on it now. That I got it in a place from a place that was supposed to be copyright free. But now it's not anymore. And the only way that you can guarantee that your music will never have this problem is to make it yourself. Or to have somebody able to make some music for you. And I don't have either of those things. The ability to make it myself, or the ability to find someone to make the music for me and make sure that it won't ever become a problem. So I don't know. That's kind of, could stop putting music at the front and the end, but that sucks. Any suggestions? I'd appreciate. What to do when they've decided to copyright your intro, outro music. I think I just got glue on my arm. Hopefully it didn't get on the shirt. So when I go into the dock on next week, one of the main questions I am going to ask is, why did I have to get a psych evaluation if the psychologist didn't know what it was for? Like, what was the point? She, of course, wanted me to just tell her my life story. And I gotta tell you, that was ridiculous. I don't like going through the whole 9 yards of my past. just because someone says, well, you're here, so we might as well. So I go, it's the past. I would rather not dredge it up. Thank you. But anyway, we did. And she wanted to give me medication for the chemical sensitivity so that I'd stop reacting, which is not possible. People have been trying that one. It's not a thing. I don't know. Maybe she's just naive and thinks it's a thing. Can I reach this from the floor? I wonder. I doubt it. Dog hair all the way up here. Yay. He's in everything. Unit. Oh, we have moved that wall again. I think the tape sticks better to itself than it does to the cardboard sometimes. So we're gonna just have left that piece of tape that was marking our line up here. Maybe that'll help with this. I think I'm gonna get down and see if I can reach the top on the sides. Oh, the knee says, no, I don't want to climb the step. That's not what you want to hear when you're up on the step. Not at all. No. I cannot reach. To do this again. Sticks better to the top. Then cut away the extra. Come on. Scissors say we don't cut this direction. Oh. Apparently you're all backwards in your coordination. It won't work. Uh-oh. Just another layer of tape there. I gotta uncover my wiring. Got covered up. I'm not ready for that to be covered. I'm so decorative back here. Okay, I want a shorter piece. Thank you. There, the scissors work better. Now we got to move the stool and do the other side. Then, oh my goodness, how am I going to do that? I got to get the heavy stuff up on top. Oh boy. Oh, this is going to be out of reach. Move it to the other end. So my mask stopped working part way into my, well, I don't know, I think I was in there way too long in the office, so an hour in, my mask stopped working properly, and my knee is hurting because of it. Just that little bit of exposure. It was still, I wasn't smelling the fragrance, which means I was not getting a full problem, but, oh, that's why we're having flashy lights. I need to rewire that. Anyway, I got some issues with the knee. Not happy. I should have cut it down below. We're not totally sturdy, like, you know, it wiggles. But it's kind of amazing to me that all made out of cardboard and it's as sturdy as it is, you know? I don't think you can see me. I think I set the camera up to where it cannot see this end. Wasn't intentional. It's just the way everything was set up in here. Okay. Now we gotta put weight up on top. Should I put it back in place first? I think so. So, that's what we're gonna do. Slide it back into the corner. I am pushing mostly from the bottom with the toes and just kind of steadying the rest. Maybe should have cleaned up the floor first, because I bet you there was little bits of cardboard I just swept back there with the house. Have I got it? I do not have it all the way. I like to have as much space as I can get. Oh, are we interfering? Okay, and we also have all this in there to take care of. Heavy things. Where are my heavy things? First heavy thing, easy to transport. Toolbox. Next question, should I put the wall in here in the center? Just keep my weight towards the edges. Probably should put the wall in the center, even if I don't glue it in place, which I don't want to do. I do not want to glue it in place. There are some details I want to put on the wall that we're going to do next week, and I want it out of here, not in, to do those details. So, I think slide it in if we can. That's pretty cool. There we go. That way we can pull it out, do the details we want to do on it next week. Now, got this guy back here. Let's see. Big wooden box. wooden box. Oh, come on. I'm trying not to slide the sewing machine around in the box too much. Now it's out and I can get to it. Yeah, the pretty box goes up first. Put it out over the edge. Just a little bit. Move the stool. Put the sewing machine up there. And I think I am going to end up wedging the front of this house with some shims. As this got taller, it's coming away, leaning away from the wall, because when we installed the floor, we didn't make sure the outside edges of this room were the same height as the center. We just assumed they were, and they aren't. So everything in this room wants to lean into the room, and I put shims in the underneath the front of furniture so that it leans back against the wall. The high-rise has shims to keep it from leaning forward, to bring us level. So I'll have to do that, because now that we're up this high, it's really evident that it's leaning away from the wall, and it's kind of a safety issue, as well as just annoying to have everything keep trying to roll out, because anything you put in there just kind of wants to roll out. Anyway, I like the way the green room looks. It's kind of wildly, green. I've got to do the trim, but I want everything set up before I start doing the glue holding everything together. I want that all set up before I do the green trim. I knew I was going to have a big gap back here. So yeah, we've got trim to do, and I want to do this wall. This, by the way, if you didn't know, this room over here is a closet, and this is a studio apartment. It's a little small for a studio apartment, but we're gonna roll with it. And there we are, and you can now see that it's probably 6.5 feet tall. I might measure it at some point, but not right now. I've taken down the drop cloth, and you can kind of see that not much moved. I mean, I put things further into the room and turned like the stroller sideways so that it wouldn't roll out. But, everybody's still in their chairs up here, which is something. And down here, see, he's still standing. That everybody else was laying down already, but I left him standing, didn't even think about it, and he's still standing. So I hope you've enjoyed this crazy wild ride trying to put this together, and that you have a delightful day and a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.